Hello everyone and welcome to Golden Axe 3, which is the second sequel to Golden Axe, obviously, and it's my favorite in the series. Alright, to start with, the main attack is not useless in single player in this version, and is actually the preferred method to take out enemies. It deals the most damage quickly. These spear guys may seem like ordinary goons, but they have a special attack where they jump straight up in the air to avoid your attack and then come down on top of you. Like in the original Golden Axe, up and down movement is the key, especially when you're dealing with 3 or more enemies. Jumping around is the easiest way to avoid enemy attacks, and it's also the easiest way to put enemies out of commission while you deal with others. Also, the music is pretty awesome. Of course, just like in the other 2 games, there are mounts to use. It's a lot easier to knock people off mounts in this one, I find, though we do have to press attack to ride them. This game sends more enemies at you than the other 2 games. But it's still a lot more lenient toward the player. As long as you don't get yourself sandwiched between 2 foes, you're probably going to turn out alright. You don't even have to run away until you unleash your full combo, usually. Just like in the first game, we want to attack just a split second before the enemy reaches our plane. So that way they walk into it. It's dangerous to tackle these enemies head-on because they have a rather devastating reach, and their jump attack isn't anything to mess with either. The easiest way to deal with them is to use the original Golden Axe strategy of moving up, waiting for them to come to your plane, and then jump attacking them. We can also do a downward stab rather easily, which deals twice as much damage. This situation is rather advantageous toward us because we can knock enemies off easily with a jump attack or charge. Of course, we can also get knocked off ourselves, but as long as we're careful, that won't happen. These round guys can do a kind of belly bump that equals our dashing charge, but as long as we don't stand still, they won't be able to perform it. And that is why it's good not to take them on head-on. Coming at these enemies from an angle is still risky because they have a chance to grab us, so even though I do it here, I wouldn't recommend it. That was our special attack, and in addition to giving decent knockback, it also deals a ton of damage, as you saw. It took that guy out in 1 hit. Obviously, the way to avoid these guys' jump attack is just to move up and down. I still think it's good that even the basic enemies have decent gimmicks, unlike in the other 2 Golden Axe games, where they basically just hit you. Speaking of, these guys can also breathe fire. Again, only if we stand still too long, and it kinda hurts. So let's not show it off. I really like the downward stab because it gets us a huge amount of distance and it knocks enemies out of the air very easily. The dashing charge is very low priority. It's good to react to enemies with, though. Our gnome friends in this one look a lot less like gnomes and a lot more like thieves, which is what they were supposed to be. Alright, it's boss time, and we have some magic saved up. I think the magic effects in this one are actually really fun to look at. A lot more of a spectacle. So how we deal with this guy is the original Golden Axe strategy of moving up or down and then jump attacking when they get on our plane. That's it. Not too tough. So as you saw a second ago, we can take multiple paths, which lead to different stages with different bosses and, of course, different enemies. Which means there's a lot more replayability for this game than the other two Golden Axe titles as well. It's just really solid all around, and its leniency toward the player actually helps it instead of hinders it. But this and its two prequels are on Steam, if you feel like picking them up. Relatively cheap, too. I really recommend this one out of all three because you feel like you're putting your skills to use as opposed to just gaming the system. And it's really fun. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon.